But you yada over the best part.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of the Yadda podcast on a beautiful Sunday here in Kansas City, episode 116 to be exact. The kid Joe Cornell. We got the crew in the building. We got Nelso here, Sebastian, and today on the mic we got a new special guest on the pod, Michael Scrollkeeper off camera. How you doing, Mike?
I'm doing quite well myself.
You know, beautiful day in the neighborhood. Unfortunately, our friend Black Hyphy couldn't make it today. He's been under the weather, so he sends his love and regards. But today is a special episode 116, man, a legendary episode here on the Yadda podcast. Because as you can see, to my right, your left, we are joined by two artists from the town, two rising stars in the scene, fresh off a big night. We got one half of the human, Ty Faizon, and of course, the star, TheBabeGabe.
What's up, everybody?
Yes, how y'all doing? How y'all doing?
Feeling good.
I'm feeling good. I'm still on a high from the other night.
Yes. Last night, Josie Records, you guys had the listening party for Honey Pop.
Yes.
You know, how are you guys feeling now that that time has passed? And
How did you feel about it?
how did I feel? I loved it. I loved the energy. It was a packed house.
Yes.
That was probably the busiest I've seen Josie Records in the basement specifically for an event. So packed house. The energy was great. Everybody was very excited for you. I love the project.
Thank you.
The energy was tight.
Thank you.
So like, you know, being on stage and being able to bask in that moment of the album playing and finally getting out to the world. How was it for you?
It felt really good because, you know, you get love on the internet, but like when people actually show up and come to the event, buy merch, make donations, it's like, damn. It gets you really excited to put the album out. So I feel good.
Yeah.
I feel like everybody's ready. Everybody's hyped. Like,
Everybody's been waiting for this moment. It's
Yes.
finally here. We got to enjoy it with you. That was probably the coolest part for me, was just getting to listening to it with you there and
Yes.
seeing how you react to it.
Yes, it was really nice to see everybody's reaction when certain songs came on. I feel like we literally took everybody on a ride, like to so many different sounds.
What
so.
you did. It was dope. It
Thank
was really
you.
dope.
Thank you.
As a person that also co-produced the album Ties, half the human, you and Medici, I don't know, how was it for you to see Gabe have that moment last night?
It was something that I always knew it would be that way whenever she finally did release a project. So it was just gratifying because a lot of people have been waiting for this for maybe a couple of months since we started rolling it out, or maybe since Black Star Kids started, or maybe they aren't waiting at all and they just are getting hip now or whatever, you know? But this is something that I've been waiting for since 2016.
Yeah.
So it was super gratifying just
Yeah.
to see it.
And on top of that, you had a special moment last night for everybody. During the encore listen, you performed PSA for the first time, the first single from the project. How was it performing that?
It was so much fun. I choreographed a little bit like the week prior. I was like, I feel like, okay, this is my first performance solo. I want to do something a little crazy. I didn't do anything extreme. I wasn't on like Janet Jackson. But
Yeah.
I did
I saw the glimmer there, the glimpses of like what could be.
Yeah, it got me really excited to do shows in the future because I haven't performed in so long since like that Truman Show.
Yeah,
we
that
haven't
was-
done any live
yeah.
shows, so it just got me like excited again to perform. Like I miss performing so much. So
And it's solo music too.
yes.
So was that a little different for you last night, performing a song by yourself?
Yes, because, you know, you have three of us on stage, and I feel like we kind of naturally got in a routine. Like, when it's your part, you're going to go up there and do this, or when it's my part, we're going to go up there and do that. But when
Yeah.
you have, like, the whole floor, it's like you want to keep it entertained the whole time. by
Yeah,
yourself.
like
Yes.
we're watching just you.
Right, exactly,
for 2
exactly.
minutes, we're on you.
Exactly. So I'm glad everybody enjoyed it. It was really fun.
Now, I think one of the coolest moments, well, actually, there was a few cool moments there. You guys were telling me about how last night you met a fan that came from Illinois.
Yes.
Traveled with her dad.
Yes. Their name is Zippy on Instagram. They brought us some artwork, and it was really nice. They've been a fan of Black Star Kids for so long, so just to see them continue to follow our journey on different paths, like, it means a lot.
Yeah.
Yes.
They're an amazing artist too.
Yes.
Yeah, she made some cover art for Mango, right? She gave it to you?
Yeah, she redrew the Mango cover.
Yeah.
And gave it to me. I'm gonna give it to my mom.
Oh, like when you guys come across like fans like that are just really passionate about you as an artist and your music, like how is that to know like somebody you don't really have a connection to on a personal level just really values what you do?
It means a lot because, like, I don't feel like I'm anybody too special, you know? So when people do stuff like that, it's like, damn, like, they really believe in me. They really believe in what I'm doing, and that makes me keep going. with my music, because this past year it hasn't been easy with it. But moments like that, it reassures you that you're doing the right thing and you need to keep going.
And
so
people are excited.
Exactly.
She
yes.
came from Illinois. Drop a bomb, Andre. One
Shout
time
out
for
to Zippy.
Illinois. That's like 8 hours.
Yes.
They
it
not
is.
fucking around.
Their dad drove them. I'm like, shout out to your dad.
Yeah.
Like,
Pulled up for a free show at Josie Records.
right. And they were like, I didn't even think I would get to talk to you tonight. And I'm like, it's really chill. Like, we're just in the basement tonight. Like,
Yeah,
it's so chill.
we live in the basement tonight.
Right. Yes.
But that was great. And then, like, one of my favorite moments was when, I think it was right after you guys played Riot Girl and Drama Queen. And after the songs were over, you got like a 2 to 3 minute like crazy ovation after that. And I think Ty had to be like, "Hey, we still got like one more song to play for y'all, just real quick." But like, yeah, how was that? Because that ovation was pretty crazy.
That was insane. I didn't know people were gonna do
Like
that.
they
I
were
was just
like, it's like after every song, the ovation after
Yeah.
was like louder than the previous song.
Right. I was trying not to cry. Like, I literally was. It was so crazy. Everybody was just smiling, and it just, again, reassured me, like, we've been working on this music for so long, and for it to be out and playing it for people, it was crazy, and I'm glad everybody enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Actually, we ran into your homegirl. I think her name was Jada, correct?
Jada.
Oh, Jada,
Yeah.
yes.
At one point, Jada just turned around and looked at me and him, was just like, "Hey, I'm so proud of her. I've known her since we've been friends our whole life. Like I'm so proud of her. I remember she was like trying to figure it all out, and then she did it. Like she was so hyped.
Yes, that sounds like Jada. She literally was giving me the whole speech last night. I was like, thank you. I love you so much. I appreciate
Like
you.
she was
for
like
being
she was
here.
breaking her sweat. She was so hyped.
She
Like
was. She said it a couple times too.
yeah.
No, there was like a video. Somebody sent me like, yo, this is like Jada dancing in the crowd. I was like, Jada was having the best time.
Yeah, she was like banging on it like, yeah, the
Lucky.
babe Gabe.
I needed to bring her up front. So she could go up there and dance with me.
Yeah, she was ready to hold it down.
Yes.
And then on top of that, I saw somebody did a backflip.
What?
Yes, somebody told me that. What was their name again? Marique. Yes. And I was like, how did you do that? Because I know it was like the crowd was right there.
Yeah, we made
Killed
way.
that.
We're
Yeah.
like,
It was right by my head too.
Are
I was
you
like, whoa.
serious?
man.
yeah.
I did not know about
Yeah,
that.
totally.
Yeah.
I just found it out.
Yes.
We told Paris that after the show. He goes, what?
I'm like, dang, I
He's
guess
like, yeah,
we
that
lit.
guy over there flipped.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, like, your show was turned.
Shout out to Jada. Shout out to Marie.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
real. We need more backflips to show.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's only like a sign of things to come at the future BabeGabe shows,
Yes,
huh?
yes.
Because you do bring that energy on the project.
Thank you. Yes,
So-
definitely.
Before we get to the album, we'll take it to like this semi the beginning, right? When you guys were making Saturn Days and Heaven on Earth, did you guys make those projects knowing the solo projects were coming after?
We knew, like,
Kinda.
yeah, we were going to take a break. We knew, like, after this, like, let's definitely just figure out what's next for everybody. But we didn't know we were going to lock in like this on my project. Like, it kind of just, we started out and it felt good. We were like, this, I feel like it's healing everything.
Yeah.
We really just want
'Cause
to keep going.
When we were making Saturn Days of Heaven on Earth, we didn't know that would be our last album.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that wasn't that we figured that out maybe a couple of months before release. So we had plans like, okay, we're gonna do this BSK double album, and then we're gonna all make solos for 2025. That was the initial plan, and then after that, we're all going to come back and make another BSK album. That was the initial plan.
Yeah.
So
the plan was always to do solo projects after.
Yeah,
Yes.
but you know,
Not-
I think
not like
I think
this.
a lot of people think that BSK stopped so we could do the solo projects, but that's not why. Like we
Yeah.
always were gonna do the solo projects. BSK breaking up was like just unrelated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay, so when that happened and you guys are okay, now we're really got to do these solo projects. Like, what was your initial reaction knowing like, okay, now that the situation's changed, there's a little more weight behind the solo projects
Right,
now. Like, how did that feel for you?
It was just kind of like nerve-wracking a little bit because I don't have anything out, and I knew people would be really excited for my solo project. I know he's been talking about it since the day I met him, so I just kind of want to make sure everyone was happy with what I did and that I was happy with what I did, and I just wanted to deliver.
Yeah.
Literally, I was like, I want to come in 10 toes down.
And just we going all
yeah, we're
in.
going all
The Babe
in.
Gabe is
I want to
here.
make an experience, so, and I feel like I am, so I'm really excited, yes.
So going into the project, before you started making it prior, did you know what you wanted to do on the solo project, or was that something you and him collaborated on?
I feel like I kind of knew what I wanted to do, but Ty is so good at, like, I tell him, like, I kind of want to do something like this, and then, you know, he goes back to Medici, and they're like, let's try to build on top of that. Or he'll bring, like, a completely new idea, something I would have never thought to do. And, yeah, I feel like it works out really good.
I agree. I feel the same way.
So yeah, when you were producing the album, Ty, like crafting the sounds, like did you have a particular sound for Gabe in mind, or did you just go off what she likes?
I knew what we wanted to do, because I mean we had talked about this for years, and so some stuff it was like 1999. I could have told you in 2017 that song would be on Gabe's first project.
Yeah.
Mono, that's always been the part of the plan. Like songs like, but then like something like Pulse. Maybe that was more recent. Maybe I couldn't have predicted that. You know,
I love that song.
Thank you.
That's such a great beat.
And I'm trying to think of the words. So for me, I knew that Gabe's first project, I wanted it to be something a little more down to earth, where you got to really know the roots, because I know that in the future we're gonna go to some crazy places.
Oh my god, I love that you said that,
sure.
because that's just like, I love that you said that, man, because that really does sum up the album, because the album, it is like an introduction to, a reintroduction you could say, to TheBabeGabe as a solo artist.
Yes.
And by the end of the album, you find out who, like, it's like she finds the comfortability in herself again to be like, all right, I feel good, I know who I am, and I'm going to be who I want to be going forward now. Because the album to me is like a girl trying to find her way as a person and in life. And then once she does figure it out, she's like, okay, now it's time to take over the world.
Yeah.
No, literally. That's like the perfect way to sum up the project.
Yes, drop a bomb for me, Andre. Come on now. Yes. But so, what was the first song you guys recorded for the project?
Soul
Or
Food.
did it
Yeah.
did it make it on Soul Food?
Yeah,
Soul
soul
Food.
food.
Was there any Lucy's from the project that didn't make it, or was every song you guys recorded?
No, there's a couple.
Yeah, I think there was not too many though. I
Yeah.
feel like most of the songs made it on the official track list. We kind of nailed it.
Yeah, it's like bad, like almost 100 for 100
Yeah.
on the
I
album.
think there was like 2 songs that we made that we just straight up aren't putting out,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and they were good too.
Yeah.
Honestly, we were in a good mode.
For sure. And I feel like since I didn't have anything out, it made it easier to like start. Like, let's just try
Yeah.
anything.
And I gotta say, like the energy and space that you've been in coming off the BSK albums, I think it was just like perfect timing for the solo album, because your performance on both those albums were phenomenal. Like,
Thank you. Thank you so
Eternal
much.
Bliss and Saturn Girl, we play that shit all the time here. Like
All
Thank
the
you so
time.
much.
I remember one time I asked Ty, I was like, is there like an extended version of Saturn Girl? And he was just like, nah, that's it. I was like,
He
damn
came
it.
home and told me I was very sad.
Yeah, because I was curious. Like sometimes, like short songs like that also
yeah,
like
yeah.
medleys will have like an extended version
Yeah.
that they just shortened up. So I was like, maybe there is. And he's like, nah. I was like, damn it.
No, that was
I
great.
remember we made that, and Ty was like, I feel like people are going to really like this one. And I don't really think much of it, so it means a lot.
Yeah,
I'll say
you
that,
you
yes.
just made that. I'm like, you know.
Yeah.
We had people
I was
over.
like,
I'd be
it's
like,
just, I don't know, it's just me on there.
Yeah, but it was great because that was kind of like my kind of reintroduction to you,
Mm-hmm.
and then and I was like, wow, like she's really just knocking everything she's doing on these projects like out
Thank
the park.
you.
And so once the solo albums were coming, I was like, okay, this is perfect timing. Because like now she's like in a great creative space. Like everything she's doing right now is just hitting.
Yes.
So like now it just seemed like you were in the right zone to do this.
For sure, definitely. And I feel like with the end of BSK, it was kind of like a fresh start. So I'm like, let me really lock in on what I want to do next. So
Yeah.
yeah, it was like crazy perfect timing. It was unplanned, but it worked out.
Yeah. Yeah, it's funny because I've been, hanging out with Ty for like the last year, and
Mm-hmm.
like every time we hang out, he's like, Gabe. Like one time he called me, he was like, hey bro, like what are you doing this day? And I'm like, I'm free. He's like, I need you to come over and hear this album. Because like you said some shit on the pod, I need you to understand like why I'm frustrated.
Yeah.
And he played me your album. He's like, I just need y'all to understand like what level this is at.
Yes. No, Ty's definitely gonna let y'all know what's up every
Yeah.
time.
Yeah, he's a great guy to just be right there like Gabe though. Gabe, like he really put out his project to be like, yeah, that's just to get out the way for Gabe. Yeah.
Facts.
So like, when it comes to that support, like what is it about her early on, Ty, that you saw that you're just like always been 110% behind her?
Man, she's the GOAT. I'm telling you.
Did you see
Like,
that right out the gate when you first met her?
Yes.
Were you doing music when you guys met?
I kind of was trying to learn to produce. I would love to get back into it one day. And then I was DJing. I wanted to be a DJ.
Okay.
Yes.
DJ Gay, why not? Why not keep going?
Yes.
She had raps in like 2017, 2018 that she never put out that were hits. In 2017, 2018, she has never put them out because she's Gabe is very like intentional as an artist, but that is everything like just like the level that she can create, the creativity, the range, like she could do a rap album, she could do a pop album, she could do an R&B album, she could do a rock album. She probably will do all of those things.
Yeah.
It's like the range. Like Gabe is just. I've always felt this way. Like, but now that she's in the process, she's in the mode of actually doing what she's doing, and people will see. That's why I'm like, I'm not even trying to. People could feel like I'm gassing it. People could feel like I'm saying too much. You'll see. I don't care. I'm not about to argue with it. I'm not about to debate it because
I'll just show you the product.
Yeah, because we're just showing. Like Gabe is one of the greatest artists that we have right now in all of music.
Yeah.
And I strongly feel that way. I will debate anyone about it.
He really will.
He really will.
Don't think he bullshit when he says that.
Right,
He really
seeing it
will
happen. So-
debate you.
It is what it is. That's how I feel, and I'm standing on.
He
that
debated a
comes
New
100.
Yorker about Talib Kweli one time. Like he will debate you. He will do it. And so with the project, right? It's your reintroduction into people. So it's kind of want to take it from the top. We have the intro with Trust.
Yes.
Now Trust is an interesting choice for the intro because it's a personal and reflective intro. It's about a relationship you've had with somebody.
Yeah.
So what was the situation that song referring to, and why did you want to address that situation on the intro of the project for you as a solo artist?
I feel like Trust definitely like sums up Honey Pop, and it's just about like not knowing what's next, unsure of like, you know, who's really there for you, and just figuring out, you know, like where your life is going next. And I feel like that's like the whole journey. And originally that song wasn't even going to be on there because he wanted to try a different idea, but
Yeah.
I ended up
You pushed
writing
for that?
to it. Yeah, I ended up writing to it, and he was like, "Oh yeah, this is good."
Yeah.
Yeah, Trust is the only song on Honey Pop that I didn't work on. I didn't do anything on Trust, and the reason why I didn't is because Medici just sent that beat, and it's a good beat. But I'm like, I don't know, I was tripping. You know, sometimes we get it wrong. Like sometimes, like between me and Medici, like there'll be something that I'm not feeling, and he'll be like, "Bro, that's gonna go," and then it does, and then we've had the opposite where he's not really feeling something, and then it works. You know, so
Yeah.
it was just, he sent it to me. I was like, nah, maybe we should approach it differently, and he was like, bro, send it to Gabe, let her decide.
Yeah.
So
Give the beat to the singer, and we'll see if we can make something work.
yeah, so I'm like, bet. I show it to Gabe, she writes it, and I was like, all right, bro, I was wrong, I got it wrong, and I love that song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, yeah, I love that song. I feel like it's just about like, you know, us starting a new chapter and just unsure of who's gonna be there, what's gonna happen, and again, that just sums up the whole project.
Yeah. And then leading into that, you got to Only See Me. And to me, that's like the unofficial intro of the project. Because it's like, this is like you actually reintroducing yourself to the world as
Right.
the Babe Gabe. So how was it making it that song? Because did you rap a lot on BSK projects? Was that like an element you showed a lot?
I feel like I did rap a lot, but I feel like a lot of people don't think I did because maybe it was like how our production sounded and stuff. So yeah, I really love Only See Me. I wrote that pretty fast. That's one of my favorite songs. I remember we were listening to the I forgot her name. I forgot who we referenced for that one, but
I don't know.
yeah,
I forget, but it doesn't. But
yeah, it doesn't matter.
but you know, like I remember like kind of feeling like blog era for the like production where it was like just like Cardo is one of my favorite
Cardo,
producers.
yeah.
So I feel like that was like a big reference in terms of just like the sound was just like Cardo.
The little synth
Yeah.
sound? Yeah.
Or even just like the way like his drums hit. They don't hit like that now, but like how they used to hit like 2010,
Doom.
2011. Like he does something like I love Cardo. He's one of my favorite producers. So I feel like that was like a homage.
Like an ode to that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I thought it was tight how you used the second track as the hype track.
Yes.
To like really just, because you're coming off an introspective, reflective track, addressing,
Right.
you know, just trust issues you've had.
Yes.
And now you were like, hey, but we lit though.
Right.
Like,
no,
we back
literally,
lit though.
like, I'm going through it, y'all, but I'm gonna still turn up tonight.
Yeah. Still gonna look good. We gonna
Right.
turn up. I'm that
No,
bitch.
literally. And I feel like that's like a lot of the project. Like it kind of goes back and forth, back and forth. It's like, oh, I'm sad
It does
again.
keep you on your
Yeah,
toes.
it's like, oh, I'm sad again.
And so when you have a performance on a song like Only See Me, like for you, like was that a new approach for you rapping wise? Like that energy and that approach?
I don't think so because, like he said, when I used to just like rap over beats I would find anywhere, like on SoundCloud. I feel like that though didn't make sense to do like on a Black Star Kid song.
Yeah,
you know,
like-
trying to hear that on a Black Star Kid, it's like okay, like I don't know if that's the right demographic to do that with, but no, I feel like I've always had that in me. And Ty's like, you just need to get on here and talk your shit. So that's what I did.
So like were you a little nervous at first trying to put that approach out
No, I was excited. I'm like ready.
No, that shit was tight.
Yeah. I'm like, I need my anthem.
Yeah. And then Soul Food was after that, correct?
Yes.
Okay, and see, Soul Food is about you kind of like almost questioning yourself
Yes.
about decisions that happen in your life and uncertainties you may have.
Yes.
And so why did you want to have that follow up Only See Me, which is a very confident and braggadocious song?
Because I feel like, although I feel how I feel in Only See Me, I'm also like deep down inside, I have this trauma that I'm always dealing with, and sometimes I feel like I could be putting on a front when I'm really sad and maybe need to tackle on something that's been bothering me. So I feel like it kind of just like humbles me back down.
Mm-hmm. Like come to earth,
right?
Come back to earth a little bit.
You always, everybody needs to reflect.
Just a little moment of just
a
like
little reflection.
And I think that's good for growth.
Yes,
just to
no,
have
for sure.
It's just like if you have any uncertainties about yourself, just
For
to
sure.
address that.
Exactly.
Because that's the only way to overcome it.
Right.
Right. Like I remember somebody asked Ty, I was like, "How do you deal with anxiety?" He goes, "I just deal with it.
Yeah.
I just handle it."
Yes.
Which is like really all you can do for real. Like
Right.
you just got to go through that shit. But
Right.
But yeah.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
My bad.
Nah, not true. Like,
Yeah, but there was also something on the verse I wanted to touch on, is that it's a reoccurring concept that you bring up on the project. It's just like the unrealistic expectations and pressures that women are placed on in society, especially
Yes.
black women and those
Yes.
in media and
For sure.
entertainment. And so like let's see, you said at one point, and you named the track Soul Food, and you say, "Fuck your standards, I'm gonna go and do my own thing. A butterfly in her cocoon, I'll get my wings and fly away." It seemed like a song that was made for women to walk away, knowing there's beauty inside them, even if society tells them not to, right?
Definitely.
Was that the goal for that track?
For sure. I feel
Especially
like,
how you ended it?
yes, for sure. I feel like for me as an artist and being a black woman, it's always going to be harder.
Mhm.
Always. And I feel like people are always going to want to put me in a category, but I'm so like me. I'm going to always do whatever I want to do, and I just want to make sure people know that, like, it's always going to be a struggle, but fuck it, I'm going to do me. And people going to love it.
Did you ever experience those unrealistic expectations as a performer when you were in BSK? Because I know on the album you mentioned, like, will I just be that girl that was in that one group one day?
Yeah, I feel like also sometimes I can just be me getting in my head, but like you don't ever want to just be the girl in a band.
Yeah.
So I feel like
it's like
yeah.
Ty's not just the guy that was in the band. Like,
right,
he's Ty,
exactly.
you're
like,
Gabe.
Right.
Yeah.
We're such individual people, and I just always want to make sure people know that,
And that is something you do push, especially to the ladies, like, and other
Yes.
women in the world. It's like, hey, like PSA's about that.
Exactly.
It's like, I'm not going to be quiet. I'm going to be who I am and
Right.
be in your face about it, because
sure.
I'm a person.
And I feel like sometimes women do get like overshadowed and don't get the credit they deserve just because the music industry is very like men influenced,
Mhm.
And I feel like it's important for me as a female artist in this industry to make it known.
Especially as like a black pop star.
Exactly.
Because like we look at pop stars, like pop stars always kind of had this enigma around, especially like women pop stars.
Yeah.
But like I don't think we've seen like too many like black pop stars.
I know. And it's really sad, and I hope to change that.
Oh yeah, Honey Pop is definitely gonna do that. 'Cause there's a lot of pop energy on this
Yes.
album, especially like once we hit the middle half. But then after that, we got Roselle Court, which is a perfect follow up to a song like Soul Food, because it's like find the light inside you
Yes.
and bloom. So how was it making that song? Because that song seemed like it was a lot of fun to make.
It was really exciting. I feel like I should let you take the lead on this one because I feel like this is like the one you're really passionate about.
This is your favorite song?
yeah,
Roselle Court?
So, I mean, I love Coop. It's just like a jazz duo, Stereo Lab.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
you was
so-
tell us about them.
When I was a kid, like, cause Tyler Creator, he recommended Coop. From there, found Stereo Lab. I was just always passionate about listening to their music. It just made me feel like really good. I love the production, and so I always wanted to make something like that. And Roselle Court was just our take on it, but it still has elements of like the music that we naturally grew up on within our household, just based from like the vocal performance and like the runs. So I don't know. I get flustered when talking about just the song. I love that song, and we have
It is very beautiful structure. Like it's I love how like I think you had this on your project as well, where you had her do like an interlude. Was it After Rainy Days?
yeah. If it was up to me, I would do like a whole album of just that. I probably
That
will one
production?
day. Yeah, just
Yeah.
like a straight like jazz
Because
album.
I could tell like that is like one of your favorite pockets to get in.
Yeah, it's my absolute. It's my absolute favorite. You just can't do it a lot because like I feel like niggas don't want to hear that much
For a whole album. It's like
Yeah.
it's good in spurts, especially if you're like a hip hop artist.
Yeah,
Right.
so, but maybe like when I'm older or something where it doesn't matter as much.
Fan base is more
yeah.
mature.
Or it doesn't even have to be that. Like nobody has to listen.
It's just for me.
Like, yeah,
I wanted
yeah.
to make that shit. I
Made
wanted
it
to make
happen.
that.
Yeah, so Roselle Court was just like, I feel like the best we've ever gotten it. Like
Yeah.
it really came out how I wanted it to.
Because what was it called Spirits on your album?
Spritz.
Yes, like
yeah.
Spritz was a great one
Thank
that
you.
you
Thank you.
really shined well on.
Thank
And that
you.
was like the same production kind of pocket too, correct?
Yeah, it's in that same world.
Yeah. So like this is a continuation of that. And speaking of which, because the next song is 1999, right? And like it seemed like you put one of them beats on like every project you work on as the human, like because you had was a Tribe Called Saturn Star and Twin Rebels on your project that had the same glossy sonic pocket production wise, and you have 1999, which is kind of still in that same glossy late 90s pocket. So like, why was that a song you always thought that she would make back when you heard her in 2017?
Just
Why, Ty? What was it about that?
just because I don't know. I grew up on like Rockefeller, like
Yeah.
you know, like classic soul sample. Like I grew up on all of that, so I don't know, like a rap project having a moment like that, it just makes sense to me. Because at the end of the day, Honey Pop is a rap project too.
Yes.
So it's like to have something like that just makes sense, you know. And I definitely wanted to get something with Gabe and Mono. They got their chemistry kind of reminds me of like when I was a little older and like discovering like Pharrell and the Neptunes and Star Trek, and when you would listen to Khalees albums and she would always have like Push or Malice do like features, like I'm like that's kind of the energy I get whenever like Gabe and Mono work. So I wanted to
Word.
have
Okay, 'cause
something
I
like
know
that.
Khalees is a big influence for you on this
Oh,
album.
definitely. I feel like she deserves her flowers that people do not give her. I feel like if it wasn't for people like her, like there wouldn't be people like me. Definitely.
Mm-hmm.
She's such a big inspiration.
Even people like me, like
Yeah.
I don't feel like I would be the artist I am without Khalees. She was brilliant. I mean, she is brilliant, and you know, if I wish you know she put out more music, like, but it seems like she's doing.
What she loves.
Yeah, so that's dope. But just her whole run that she had, her whole catalog, it was brilliant. Like it was sounded like nothing else. It was so fresh. It was so futuristic.
She killed the
but-
hook she would do. Like, the
Yeah,
features,
Yeah.
and it would be so at the same time. It would be so classic. It would have so much soul and so much feeling, while also just her writing. She was very introspective. Like she is 10 times the artist that she gets credit for being. She is a genius.
Yeah, and I noticed that she was a big inspiration for you on that album. So like, how did she contribute to this album just from inspiration, influence that she's had on you?
I feel like just like her writing, it feels like so bright and beautiful. And I really wanted to capture that in my project. Like I feel like when I listen to Khalees, I feel like I can do anything. Like she's just like a good energy. And I wanted to make sure I captured that on Honey Pop.
Definitely do. It's
Thank
like
you.
every song just makes me feel happy.
Thank
Like,
you.
it makes me feel warm and bright inside. Like I'm feeling like happy. I'm feeling good. It's a beautiful day.
One thing I like about Khalees is even though like her music was so feel good, it would always have the weight of the world. Because
Yeah.
one thing that something that I can get a little in my head about like when people discuss the music, and it's a compliment, it's a good thing, and I'm grateful for it. But people, you know, I like that the music makes people feel happy, it makes people feel good, but then it's also like there's so much like. There is like the depth there. There's
Yeah.
the substance. And we are talking about like shit that we deal with every day. I felt like that is something that we dealt with a lot in BSK. Like a lot of the times, like the message would get looked over just because of how it felt, which is, you know,
For sure.
you can't be mad at it, but it's like that's something I always noticed in Khalees too. Like she would feel really bright, she would feel really happy, but there was always substance. Like a song that's a perfect example of that is Lil Susie, where she really is like questioning like things within herself. Like there are things that she does that she feels like that's not right, or I'm wrong for doing this. But also just like the ways of the world and like the differences that we have and all of those things that were. So I feel like Lil Susie is a great reference track for Khalees to listen to.
Yeah.
If you like haven't listened to her.
Message.
And you know, I can definitely hear that growth and just like that depth on this project, because even like 1999 is where it's like you just introducing yourself. Like I was born in 1999. This is where I'm from, Kansas City,
Yeah.
and beef on bun with a fry on the side type shit. You know, just like real Kansas City shit. It's about your upbringing.
Yeah.
And it's like at this point in the album, it's like now you're starting to really get the story of TheBabeGabe and like who she is, because we heard like the reintroduction with Only See Me.
Right.
Then you got Soul Food, which is a little bit more in depth about who you are as a person on the inside. And then Roselle Core is like you find your light, find
Yeah,
your
yeah,
in
yeah.
bloom. And then now we're on 1999 where it's like, hey, bitch, we in the party. I'm here, the babe. You know, it's just a great story that you tell, and you tell it in a fun way to where
Thank you.
you get the depth, but you also get the vibes.
Thank you so much. I really love that song. Mono's one of my favorite people to write with, and whenever me and Mono get on a track, y'all, it's gonna eat every time.
Yeah, every time. Like in that pocket you get in, because you got in that pocket the same on like Twin Rebels.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Do you enjoy getting that little hip hop
Oh,
boom
for
bap
sure.
pocket?
Whenever I'm rapping with any of the guys, I'm like, I'm trying to get just like y'all. Like, I want to be on the same energy.
Yeah.
like,
Give me the grimiest beat.
exactly. No, literally.
Yes.
Literally.
Yeah. So like, as a rapper, like who are you? How would you describe yourself as a rapper to somebody that hasn't heard the Babe Gabe rap before? Because 1999 is a really hip hop ass track.
Yeah. I don't even know, because I feel like I take inspiration from so many different things. Yeah, I really don't know what I would say to people. I feel like you just gotta listen to it.
Who would you say you're like? And this is I'm asking the question.
No,
but-
go ahead.
Yeah.
You the producer.
But who would you say like you're inspired by as a rapper though? Like
As who I'm inspired
Yeah.
by as a rapper, I'm really inspired by Tribe. Like, genuinely, I mean that wholeheartedly. Like, Tribe Called Quest, like, they're just such a big inspiration for me. Like, how their sound is just like fun. Like, it was fun rap. Like, I just love the energy they have. I feel like you can put it on and it's a good time.
It is every time.
Yes.
Like, there's not really a bad time listening to Tribe for real.
Yes, Tribe. And then obviously I feel like on 1999 you can hear me get into like a little bit of my Tupac bag, because I
Yeah.
love Tupac so much. But yeah, definitely Tribe. I take so much inspiration from them.
Yeah, and I heard a little bit on PSA just how it starts off with
Yeah,
the little,
yeah.
the little jazz,
Yes.
and then we get to the rock infusion. See, this is actually like one of my favorite stretches on the album, because you go from 1999 and then we hit like this like indie rock pop bag,
Right.
with like Futuristic Lovers, PSA, and then Pep Rally.
Yes.
So it's like this is like now we're like in a different pocket of the album sonically, where you're
Mm-hmm.
getting a different side of Gabe. Like now we're getting to like the high energy, almost like rock music Gabe.
Yeah.
And so with this stretch, like, what was your goal with those three albums, going from Futuristic Lovers, PSA, and then Pep Rally?
I feel like that's definitely like the pop back of
Yeah.
the album for sure. Just like having that bright moment, because we got really introspective like at the start through that point.
Mhm.
So we really just wanted to create like a fun moment within the project. And we actually referenced Britney for Futuristic Lovers. We just wanted to create something really fun.
Really?
Yes.
What
yes.
what Britney?
Was it
Toxic.
Yeah,
Toxic?
Toxic.
Okay,
Yes,
yeah.
Toxic.
Yeah. So
Okay. No,
like
that's your toxic.
I feel like it gets like people don't really go there with it because the drums have like that drum and bass
Mhm.
element. So I think people aren't really thinking of it like pop. They're thinking of it like more electronic. But like Toxic is one of the most perfect songs ever made. And
I remember when it was popping. That shit was everywhere.
And
like
it's
that,
like-
that was really a hit.
that's one of
Yes.
them ones. Like there's certain like there are songs that I'm jealous of and I'm always chasing. And Toxic is definitely like on that list of songs that I wish I made.
Yeah.
For
Yes.
sure. So Futuristic Lovers was our first, probably not last. Like
I hope not, because
I
that's
hope not, man. I love that one.
Thank you,
That was one
thank
of my
you.
favorite
like that
ones.
song is beautiful. I
Thank
love the
you.
melody of it. The production of it's fire. It's like
it's
the
our first homage to it, and I definitely want to take a moment to give some credit, some much due credit to Medici, who really was the sound of the album. Like I feel like I was more like ideas, but Medici was the one really like 1999 Futuristic Lovers. Like he was a big push for both of those. 1999, he just told me this morning that's his favorite song on
Yeah.
Honey Pop. And
It's a great pocket, man. Y'all really put your foot in that beat.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you. And Futuristic Lovers, I know Gabe was hesitant about it
Yeah,
at
it
first to do
was.
it, but
was.
Really? Why is that? Why is
I
that?
don't know. I was like, I don't know if this is the one. Like,
didn't
I
know
was, Yeah,
that-
I was just questioning it a little bit.
and I was thinking maybe it's because like that guitar is a little thin, so I was like maybe we had like an extra layer of guitars. But I remember going to Medici and kind of like presenting that. He was like, it doesn't need.
Yeah.
Like, you just.
He's like, no, it's ready.
It was great. It
He
felt
said,
like
"Tell
a
Mike
solar
just
punk
lay the
romance.
vocals."
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, literally, he was like, just write to it and see what happens. And so I did, and we ended up loving it.
Because that was like the first acoustic beat on the album so far up to that point, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And but even then, like when we were showing it to people, like that song actually wasn't getting much reaction.
I think you prefaced it when you first played it. for
Yeah,
me. You're
because
like,
it wasn't landing with the people who we were showing it to, and I'm like, I felt like that song was one of the ones from the project, but I was like, maybe we need to keep. I don't know, but when it came out, it was like a different story.
I think
It
now
was-
that you guys got to package it and present it
Right,
with a
right.
certain aesthetic and
you know,
image.
and what it
Right.
is, and I think maybe it is of like if you're going listening to it with like a rock ear, it would kind of rub me the wrong way too. It's not a rock song.
Right.
It's like and it's like, but I feel like that guitar, it misleads you and it takes you to this place, but it's like, nah, it's
It
like
takes me to the 2000s.
yeah, which is that is I feel like where I want it to go, but it's like for us it was like pop, like fully
Yeah.
pop. And so I think when I'm talking, like I remember showing it to my friend and she was just like, it's like I think she was getting like a rock.
Yeah.
She wasn't thinking Avril Lavigne though.
Yeah,
was
was
she?
yeah.
Like
And
I'm thinking Avril Lavigne
and
rock.
and it's like but I'm like, nah, if you listen to it just like a straight up pop song, I feel like that's when it really serves at its best. Like it's straight up just a pop song through
Yeah.
and through.
Yes.
It is. And let's talk about that, like the influence of pop music on this album and it's had on you, because this 3-track run is where the pop music really does start to shine.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it kind of like the honey pop does pop out.
Right.
So like, yeah, what's the importance of pop music to you as an artist and the impact it's had?
Oh my God, pop music.
Because I feel like we don't get these discussions a lot when it comes to pop music.
Pop music is so important to me. I feel like that was kind of like my first introduction into music because my mom, she was the one showing me like Britney Spears, and then obviously growing up with like Lady Gaga, like
That was fire. Like, that was great.
Thinking about that randomly. I was like, this is crazy that I witnessed this in like real time, and she's still killing it. Like Lady Gaga is such a big influence on me. Janet, iconic. Like that's kind of like the level I'm trying to reach. Is like another Janet or better.
Yeah, like why not? Like, why not go bigger?
Yeah,
And
but yeah.
I definitely feel like every producer, artist who, not every, I wouldn't say every artist, but every producer I think should study pop music just because it's like they have song structure figured out to the T. Like they know how to write good songs. It's their job to
For
write
sure.
good songs. So, even if you're a rapper, like you should still study because, for me, I study pop because I love Neptunes. I love Timbaland. But then it's like, that's natural. But then it's like, okay, let me get into the stuff that like Max Martin was doing. Or like, let me get into the stuff that just different like singers that I normally would have never listened to. Like when I lived through Lady Gaga.
Yeah.
But I didn't listen to her.
You listen to
in real
Katy
time.
Perry?
I knew her songs. I knew her
Yeah.
singles.
Just
I liked
say,
her
yeah.
singles, but
Singles
I
are
didn't.
fire.
But going back, it's like let me hear their deep cuts. What were they doing? Like how were they putting their albums together? Let me study like how they were doing their videos or their rollouts. Like all of this is stuff that's new because it's relevant for what we're doing now.
Yeah.
But it's stuff that maybe even in real time I didn't give the proper attention because I'm a kid.
Yeah.
I'm listening to other stuff when
Right.
they're really in their primes.
Yeah.
Right.
So did going back and listen to that old pop music help you create the sound for Gabe when you guys did these 3 tracks?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Did that make it more enjoyable for you, knowing that you had like, all right, this is the reference we have?
Oh yeah, because it's like it gives you reason to understand it now. Because it's not really my world naturally, but it's like, oh, for what it is when I'm in this world, like there are people who are going the next level. Like it's weird. I kind of like equate everything to rap terms when I'm describing people, but I'm like, nah, like this is like this is like the Kendrick, a pop right here.
Yeah.
This is like this is
Yeah.
so I can it makes sense when I think about it that way.
Yeah.
And so Blackout by Britney Spears
Great album.
was really, and Toxic isn't even on that. That's on the album before, but Blackout is really like the album that we studied a lot when doing Honey Pop because that album is crazy. She was on some other shit.
Yeah. So
Like,
talk about Britney as an artist to you when she meant.
Britney is iconic.
She's that bitch.
I know she literally is. I
She's that
really
bitch. Britney,
love
bitch.
Britney. Yes. I think Blackout was the one that I like really listened to because it was the one my mom showed me. Like she had Give Me More, Piece of Me on there. Break the Ice was on there. Like
Would you say that's the first like pop star you remember coming?
yeah, I would say she was like the first. I was like, oh, this is like,
Who
this
is this?
right. I was like, she's killing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Britney's iconic. She's a legend.
Yeah.
Yes.
So now we go to PSA, right? Now PSA is just, man, your versatility on this album is really crazy, especially
Thank
with
you.
each track just different from the previous and just keeps you guessing. And it's like we're going from futuristic lovers, so now we're on PSA where it's like now it's black and white, goth hairs everywhere, makeup's going crazy, like
yeah.
the vibes are everywhere, like it's tight. So what made you want to go with PSA as the first intro to the project for the single?
Well, first of all, we just love that song so much. Like
It
when
is
I
super
made
catchy.
it, I sent it to him. He was like, "Yeah, you did it." He was like, "You did it." And then I just knew like I wanted to do like this punk aesthetic, and I knew that would be so eye catching, and people would be like, "Oh, she's gonna do this for like her first solo album." Okay, makes sense, but no, I really just wanted to throw people off. Like,
Yeah.
literally,
And
and
you-
we did. I feel like we did.
And it comes back to the depth of like having a message that's something deeper beyond the surface of like the PSA. It's like, yeah, it's a hype song, but it's also like about women, just me being me and who I am
Right.
as a woman to the fullest and not being quiet about
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like I'm gonna be me. I don't give a fuck what you think. Like, I'm gonna do it.
Yeah, I'm gonna have my hair spiked up because I
Right,
want to do
right,
that.
Right.
Because I can do that.
I've always wanted to have spike hair since I was little, but my mom was like, "You're not doing that."
But she said, I'm grown now,
Right.
mama. I
Look
can
at
do
me,
that.
mom.
Look at me now.
Look at me. Oh, literally, it was so fun.
And then before the show, I think like earlier this week, you guys put out some remixes to PSA.
Yes.
Yes, talk about those.
Yes.
So first, I want to shout Golder.
Yeah, who is Golder?
So Golder is he's like a guy, but it's also a band.
Okay.
But he makes the music, then performs it with the live band in New York.
Oh, you met him in New York?
I haven't met him.
Okay.
I know of him through another friend who used to play keyboard in Golder, and he has a band too called Spintree that's really dope. And like their whole little like. They're kind of like the underground, like, I don't want to label them or define them, but it's just like underground dope shit in New York. And so I definitely reached out to him just because I like Honey Pop because we're able to work with so many different people and bridge so many different worlds. Like, we get to do, like, because the album is so versatile, it fits in all these different pockets. And so it's like exploring all the ways it could. So the Golden remix, I asked him to do it, and it's really, I don't know, it's sick. It takes me back to like, the early 2010s.
You know, it definitely gives like Tumblr. Like that would be like an audio that would be on there.
And then the human mix.
I went crazy with that mix, man.
Thank you. I just wanted to do another one, and I kept telling Medici because he kept sending like mixes back. I'm like crazier, longer, like
Kanye
bigger.
terms, crazier, bigger.
Yeah, like,
Movies next.
yeah, because I'm like, it's a remix, it's a club mix. It could be like 5 minutes. I just wanted.
Yeah, because I know that mix was like longer, like 2 extra minutes longer.
Yeah, because it's just like production. It's just like I wanted people to be able to be in the room. You know, I wanted people to be in that room, being able to like dance.
If we're at the Lowest Ferns, I want to hear it.
Yeah, I feel like that was definitely a point of reference.
Yeah,
like I wanted it to be something that felt like a moment in Ferns.
Yeah,
like wanted like a highlight of the night moment in Ferns. You know, so
yeah.
The song has like such a great build up because I feel like it just keeps like you said, it just keeps getting built. Like it's getting stronger, louder. Like
yeah. So with that song PSA, how was it performing that, like recording it? Was that a little difficult? Because that flow was crazy.
It was.
Microphone checking, you know what this is like. Like it's a little. That's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, but you just hit it perfectly.
Right,
But like that was just the beginning. Like now imagine rapping the whole verse.
Rest up was wild.
No, it wasn't too bad. It was fun. It was fun. I'm like a very like I take recording so serious. I hate it how much I try to perfect things because I'm like, what is perfection, whatever. But yeah, it was fun recording that one.
Okay.
Paris is always like, you got it, that take, and I'm like, no, let's do it. Let's do another one.
Artists like artists being artists.
Right? No, for real.
So yeah, what is the recording process like for you? Do you guys record the music together, or did he send you the beats and then you go do it when you're ready?
Yeah, so he'll usually send me like an early stage of a beat. Sometimes I don't even have to go back and change it too much, and then I'll rap over this app called Spire, and I'll send it back, and then I record with Paris in our living room.
Okay.
Very simple.
We live with phone demos, like more than a lot of artists do, which is I don't know why it's weird we do it this way, but we'll be riding around to the phone demo until we make make the whole album, and we'll have the album as a phone demo.
Yeah.
And then we'll record the whole album.
Actually, I think most of the songs you usually send me are like phone demos.
Yeah.
It's nice to just like get your idea out like right then and there.
Yeah, just so you have a reference point.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
As opposed to like, I remember I did it this one day, like
Right.
like this, but I can't remember what it sounded like.
Exactly.
Yeah. And so PSA is crazy because then we go into pep rally, right?
Yes.
And so PSA is your message to the world, like, I will not be quiet. I'm going to be the TheBabeGabe. I'm going to be in all my glory.
Exactly.
And then the pep rally is like, well, bitch, we here.
Yeah.
Like, welcome to the show.
Right.
Like, that's how was that song making that? Are you excited to perform that? Because that song
that's like
is gonna be one of them ones.
I love that song. Like people thought I was talking my shit earlier, but I feel like on PSA I was like really going.
That's
off.
the one.
I mean, not PSA pep rally. I was really going off. Like I was really going there, and it's such a fun one. I love like the part that comes in with the singing. Like Ty was like, "Yo, we should have like this kind of like Mariah Carey moment, like in the middle of this rap song," and I was like, "Yes, that's like perfect."
Yeah, that's the one that has that breakdown, the hook, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
it gets
remember.
like, that's that one, right?
Yeah, no, I remember
That's that
being
one, right?
a kid and like that Emancipation of Mimi album came out. That's another one that we studied a lot.
Yes.
The
Yeah.
album is nuts.
It is.
And the intro is like that. I remember when that would come on.
Yeah.
And me and my cousins, like that part used to always get me.
Because like it's like you guys get us turned up, and then you're like, hey, let's bring it down for a minute. How about this smooth hook?
Yeah,
right. But let's get turned up again right after that. Like we right back in the bullshit.
No,
Yeah, no, it's
literally.
really dope. I love. That's one of my favorites.
Yes.
That's actually the next video.
It
Really?
is.
Yeah.
It
Okay.
is.
Oh, just so people that don't know, you guys are shooting a video for every song, right?
Yes.
Yes, every song.
And so you guys have 3 videos out right now, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. We have PSA, the Swan Song,
Swan
Yes.
Song.
and then Futuristic Lovers.
Yes.
Okay. What's been your favorite video to shoot so far?
Out of those three,
Yes.
or everything total?
I guess those three, and then out of everything total.
Out
Just
of
so we
those
know what
three,
we've seen.
It was definitely, for me, it was definitely PSA.
Yeah, same. Because I just think, like, getting ready for that video. Like, I was in the mirror like, damn, we're about to go crazy.
Look at my hair.
And it was like, it was one of those things that was good as we were filming. Like, we
Yeah.
were watching it.
Yeah,
Like, because we
like-
shot it in black and white. So
Yes.
we were watching it, like, me and Jerry, we were watching it like, bro, this looks crazy.
Like we got a
Yeah.
crazy
Yeah.
shot just now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, I knew I wanted it to be in black and white too. I was trying to figure out for the longest what I wanted to do for that video, and then I watched the Firestarter video by Prodigy, and I was like, perfect.
That Prodigy got a reference on this interview. That's fire. Drop a bomb, Andre. R.I.P. to Prodigy.
Oh, we're talking about the band.
Oh, the band.
Oh, yeah, the
band.
band.
Oh, damn. I was like, my
But
beat.
the-
All right, fuck it.
one
Let's
of the
go.
members, the main guy, he did pass away, so rest
Well, so rest in peace to him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To Joe Corner Joe.
Thanks, man. Thanks, Andre. But so, like, I gotta ask you. So you have a lot of different ranges and versatility styles that you show in this album. You have the rapping, you have the singing, you have the pop bag. What's your favorite bag that Gabe likes to get into?
I always love to rap. I feel like
That's what it comes back to. That's
rap.
tight.
Rap is like my favorite thing ever, but also pop is fun too. Cause like I said, like Lady
I think we
Gaga.
need more of
Yes.
that. I don't know if
Yes,
too many.
yeah.
Like we do have like a lot of pop stars now.
Right. But I feel like we need more black women like getting the props that Sabrina Carpenter's getting, getting the props that Charlie XCX gets. Like
Yeah.
we need like a forefront man in our culture to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The Babe Gabe.
I feel like for us when we talk about like our point of reference or who we're looking at, like we're talking about in terms of like our peers or like who we hope to like like I guess who we're aiming for. Like this is the peer group that we're aiming for. It's not limited to rap or pop or it's kind of like okay like we need to pay attention to what like
Everyone's
what everyone's doing from like
What's
like
Bad Bunny doing?
well like
Because he running it up.
I would say
Bad
within
somewhere.
the women,
Yeah,
where it's
yeah.
where it's like, okay, what is like Sabrina doing or Billy? Like, listen to their albums. Like, what is Charlie doing? But then at the same time, like, what is Doechii doing? What is
Rico Nasty
Rico?
doing?
Yeah, what is Doechii? I'm
Doja Cat.
Lotto.
Doja
Like
Cat,
everybody.
yeah.
Like we're listening to everybody. Like
Yeah.
we're paying attention to everybody's music, just like paying attention to the climate.
Yes.
So it's never just rap, pop, everything. 'Cause everybody who's making music who's doing something.
It's like whoever's raising the bar
Yeah.
is
Right.
like, what are they doing that's making me inspired? It's like
Exactly.
blowing me away. And how can I apply that?
Right.
Yeah. And so now on the album, we get to the song that's one of the more heavier songs.
Mm-hmm.
We got Swan Song,
Yes.
which is about your experience in a past relationship that was very abusive.
Yes.
Yes. So with this song, was it difficult recording that and talking about that story on record?
Yes, I think I was more so worried about how people would react to it just because it's such a vulnerable moment. And I've talked about this situation before on another BSK song, and I feel like it just kind of got misconstrued. So I really wanted to, on Swan Song, be direct, and I feel like I was about what exactly I was talking about. And I just really wanted to capture, like, the emotion as more importantly, and just people know, like, what I went through, yes.
Yeah. So was this a song that you felt you needed to make for yourself first before like you made it for the
Sure.
listeners?
Yes, for sure. Because I've talked about this situation with Ty, because we've kind of like experienced the same thing, and he knew like this would be an important moment on there, especially like when people listen to the project as a whole. I feel like as a single, it is like a really good song. It's important, but I feel like when you listen to the project and it gets to that moment, it's gonna hit
And
people.
especially it comes right after Pep Rally,
Right,
Which is
right.
like such a high moment. And This
Exactly.
is like, hey, let's talk. We'll still talk about me, but we're gonna
Right.
talk about a side I don't usually show or talk about.
Exactly.
Very
I really
vulnerable.
love that song. I feel like I released a lot of things I needed to get out, and it's just so beautifully written. It's one of my favorite songs I've ever written, and I'm really proud of that one.
As you should be, because it does seem like it's told from a story of like yes, a trauma experience, but also it's like it's like you could tell you've grown from that moment.
Yes.
And like you've overcame it and
For
became a
sure.
better person because of it.
For sure. Yes. And I knew it would be an important moment for me as a woman to share my story, just because, like, there's so many girls who can't even talk about it, but I want them to know, like, it's okay to talk about it and to share your story. And at the end of the day, you'll get over it and you'll grow from it for sure.
Was there after you left that relationship, was there growing pains of just like self-doubt that you were trying to overcome from that experience?
Oh, for sure. Because I feel like when anybody tries to tear you down and tell you, you won't be anything without me, like, I don't know why we believe it, but like I did for a little bit. So Yeah, it was nice. But I'm glad, like, I have my friends around me who really uplifted me, like, especially Ty and Paris. Like, they definitely brought me back to a better place than what I was.
So yeah, you're in a healthy relationship now, loving
Yes.
relationship, very
Yes.
supportive. You know what I'm saying? Like he was smiling ear to ear last night. He was like, I saw you up there getting it, bro. I was like, yeah, I was. We here, we celebrate.
Shout out to Paris, yes.
Yeah, so like it's good to see that you were able to overcome that situation and
Yes, definitely.
tell about it. And you told about it in a way that gave a lot of hope for just like the future for you and just for other women that may be in that situation now or maybe
sure.
getting out of that or just, had a past experience with that. Because
Yeah.
I think on the song you said it's been 5 years since you've seen that person.
Right,
But
and I
you're
still think about it, yeah.
yeah, like it's like almost like it's never fully over, but there's still
Right.
brighter days ahead.
Right, exactly. Like there's good days and bad days, but you just have to keep going at the end. You can't let anyone stop you, especially like people like that. They don't even love themselves, so why would I even listen to you?
Go ahead, Andre. Yeah, hit that message one time. Drop a bomb too. Fuck it. Why not?
You don't even like yourself.
Yeah. So like, how long would you say it took you once you left that relationship to like really feel like Gabe again?
Honestly, I would say maybe like recently. I would say like being in the band definitely helped me just because I was very anxious around men for a long time. But I think being around my brothers, it's like the comfort, because guys don't play about their sisters.
They don't.
They'll be ready to snap.
Nah.
So yeah, I would say recently, like, I've started to regain that confidence. And like I said, like this project, it really helped as well. Not just that song. Like I feel like working on this whole project, it really built me up and boosted my confidence for sure.
Oh, we can hear it. Cause like, man, you heard pep rally? That shit
Exactly.
is crazy. You only see me, bitch. Like, listen, welcome to the Gabe Show.
Right.
Like, it's great confidence. I love it. Cause like,
Tune in.
You definitely hear like the stars of the like confidence in your music.
Thank you. I'm
And then,
glad.
oh my god, I think the next song on the album is my favorite. It's Riot Girl and Drama Queen.
Yes.
Riot Girl is fire.
Thank you.
You're like, I'm this, I'm that, I'm overwhelmed. I was like, yeah, I felt that. I felt that. But yeah, it's like, and I love that you followed up with Swan Song because it's like another uplifting anthem. Like,
Right.
don't be afraid to be your own person as a woman in this world.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's like,
People are always gonna have their opinions about you, but honestly, you can't even listen
yeah,
'cause they don't know you at the end of the day.
they don't. They really don't.
Right.
We're all strangers on the internet. really.
Exactly.
And being as a artist in a band in the public spotlight as an artist, as a female artist, that
Mm-hmm.
like how much did that song help you as a person?
Yeah, I felt good because I feel like again, I said before, I feel like sometimes women can get overshadowed by things or like our voices aren't heard as much. So I feel like that song was really like an anthem to me. Like, yo, look, like I'm doing this on my own. Like I'm voicing all these things. I'm talking about Swan Song. Like I talk about all my insecurities, and I'm saying fuck you if you don't care like about what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like yeah. So it was a really fun moment, and I feel like it's like the rock moment people would want.
It
me.
is.
Yes.
It's like a good it's almost like the ending of a movie where everyone's just like happy.
Yeah.
And it's like we did it, y'all. Like she did it.
Exactly.
We're happy. We're celebrating with her. Like that's gonna be a great song to perform live.
Also,
Thank
shout
you.
out to Spade
Yes,
on
shout
the
out
hook.
to
They
Spade.
killed that.
Yes.
Oh, that was
Yeah.
somebody else on the hook with that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Artist named Spade, number 9.
Yes, very talented. Some of the most beautiful vocals I've ever heard in my life. So definitely check them out, please.
That is beautiful.
Yes.
I love that. You guys layered that very well on the hook.
Thank
I
you.
love that the power behind it.
Thank you.
So I gotta ask real quick before we keep talking about the album. What's the song that you're most looking forward to performing live on the album?
I would have to say Pep Rally. For
Pep Rally,
sure.
go ahead. Yeah.
Pep Rally is going to be a really fun one to do. And then I want to say Futuristic Lovers. Yes.
Yes. Like I really want to see Riot Girl. That's because like the I think it was the ovation after that one or was it after
Pulse.
Pulse? Yeah, I mean shit, Pulse was
Yeah.
crazy too though. But yeah, the same ovation after those two songs were crazy.
And even like Drama Queen too. I feel like Drama Queen was like a very like I don't know, like writing wise was like a very important moment
For sure.
for the tape.
Yeah,
Sure.
actually,
That
yeah.
second half.
So like, let's talk about why you put Riot or Drama Queen at the end of Riot Girl. Like, why did you want to have that medley instead of making its own song?
I feel like it kind of like, again, it's like you feel like this, but also you have that. It's like a yin and yang to each other a little
Yeah.
bit. And I feel like it's like an important moment because it kind of answers a lot of questions people might have about us and me in a way. So I think it's really nice that I wrote that and, people really enjoyed it.
Yeah, actually, yeah. So Drama Queen, right? You're talking about your experience that you it's like a business associate on the
Yeah.
first verse,
Yeah.
right? So like, what happened with that situation?
Just like, I feel like being on a label, it's not easy. Like, you hear a lot of horror stories, and I feel like ours isn't even as bad as, some people think, but it's still like, we're artists and we care about this so much, and it really hurts when like the people who uplift you are the same ones who can just snap and not care anymore.
Yeah,
they're just not
on a
there.
whim.
Yeah. So it just sucks.
So how was that for you as a person and just dealing with that as an artist? Like the
was hard.
first turn in the music industry where like things did kind of go left.
Yeah, it was hard because like you never think something like that can happen to you, but I feel like it's so common just from like talking to even other artist friends. Like so many of us go through
Basically, every
things.
artist we've ever talked to.
Everybody has a story. and
Anybody
it's
with
sad.
motion
Yeah.
has a story.
No,
Yeah.
literally, it's so crazy. This industry needs to
Yeah.
be fixed.
But one thing I'll say is like, when you're like, we're like 19, it's like a lot of people that age are like, they think they know so much more than what they do, and they're really naive.
Yeah.
So I feel like when you have somebody in the industry who's coming in as like your manager, and you feel like, oh man, they're telling you like, man, I'm here, like if this does great, if it does terrible, I'm here regardless.
Yeah.
That's not true. Please never believe that. That's not true.
Yes.
If it doesn't go well, they're not there. You will never hear from them again. Literally, like the last conversation I ever had with our manager was me telling him like, man, like, all right, like, he was asking me to take his word on something, and I was like, all right, I'll take your word on this, but I just need us to have a consistent communication. He was like, I got you.
It's
Like
crazy
that,
to even have to ask.
Yeah, like I just need
With your manager.
Yeah,
Right.
basically I got you. Like that's all I asked him to promise me, because basically it was like, yeah, it's like just I just needed consistent communication. That was the last time I ever
talked
talked
to him. He's like, yeah, I got you, bro.
Yeah.
Hey, talk to that man since.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was almost 2 years ago. So the last year of our deal at Black Star Kids, like we didn't speak to our manager the entire last year of the band.
Yeah. It was,
So
yeah.
Wow,
It
like
was crazy.
yeah. How was that? Just overall, like in the initial reaction was like, yo, what's up with our manager?
it was frustrating.
It was very frustrating.
Yeah.
I feel like it has to do a lot of why we had to part ways.
Yes.
Just with disagreeing on things and just that stress of like we've invested so much and this is like my source of income. In
yeah,
a way.
and
so.
it's like even if the conversation is just like, bro, like this isn't working, like this music is not striking, like whatever, like I think a conversation is better than like
ghosting.
yeah.
Because I feel like we could have had a conversation, and then like we're not like those type of people that just blame everything on, like there's things in Black Star Kids that we just didn't do right. There's songs that we made or singles that we did that I look back on like, I wish we didn't do that. I definitely would have did it differently knowing what I know now as an artist. So it's not like we're blameless in the situation.
Right,
like we
right.
weren't the best artists yet.
And
we weren't
we've
all the
talked
way
about
ready
it
yet,
amongst each other.
Yeah, so it's like I never want to just make it seem like we're just not taking any accountability or we're just blaming everything. But at the end of the day, I kind of operate in a world where like what you say, it means a lot, and if you say you're gonna do something, you should do it. And if you're gonna, I just feel like just communicating issues
Yes.
rather than just being like,
Like,
I don't know. That was something I just had
Change
to
the
adjust
number.
to. That's the
Right.
industry though.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, end of the day, this person's been in this industry for so long, and I've only been in here for a couple years. So if you're gonna tell me to trust you, I'm going to. But
And mind you, like y'all were still pretty young.
that's what I'm
Fresh
saying.
out of
On top
high
of that,
school.
yes.
I was like a couple of months out of high school, but it's like now.
Yeah.
Yeah, like live and learn.
Yeah.
Unfortunate circumstances, but you learn.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So-
And it's all prepared us for like this moment. So you take the good with the bad and you utilize it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And how do you? Because I asked Ty this on an interview we did with Paris a while ago. But how did you let that experience in the music industry not make you bitter or resentful? Because a lot of artists, when they do experience those moments, it could be like a turning point for them. We're like, damn,
Yeah.
I used to love doing music. Now I hate this shit because I had to deal with this situation.
I feel like if anybody's ever gonna say I'm not gonna do anything or I'm not gonna be successful in something, I'm always about like, no, you'll see. Like, I'm gonna prove you guys wrong. Like, I don't. Yeah. Nobody will ever doubt me, basically.
Yeah, like
I don't.
I'm gonna
yeah.
keep pushing.
And I don't like to think people have power over me because at the end of the day, I'm my own person. Like, I'm an adult now. Like, I make my own decisions. Like, if I'm going to continue to do what I love.
Yeah,
And I
regardless
love
of-
making music. Like, I would never let that stop me. I genuinely love making music. I feel like with the past year we've had making music, I feel like a lot of artists wouldn't have been able to continue to do this, but I really genuinely love doing this.
Yeah, and we're seeing it in the music. It definitely
Thank you.
showcases.
Thank you.
And so, there's one more verse in Drama Queen. Is that somebody also like was in the music business as well?
Yes, just yeah.
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 All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. But it's all good though, because we still got one more song. We got Pulse.
Yes.
Pulse. Now Pulse is fire, because like Pulse is such like it's a continuation back into that pop bag, but it's like
Yeah.
almost like just electronic pop now with the little
Yes, for
almost reminds
sure.
me like a mid 2000s Timbaland beat.
Yeah. A
So
little bit.
Yeah, it definitely was inspiration. That beat didn't even like it came out weird. Like that's not what we were like trying to do, but it's like it's cool. It's like
Yeah,
a
yeah,
happy
yeah.
accident.
yeah, and it worked out well because it's almost the intro of the album. It's like the last full song before the final
Right,
outro.
right.
Yes.
So like with Pulse, what was your goal with that one? Because we're
We-
coming off of
that's
Riot
my
Girl
Lady
and Drama
Gaga
Queen.
moment. I feel like that was like my dance moment. I feel like that's gearing up for what's next for me, what we're excited about doing next, and it's just a fun song. I'm excited to perform that one live too. That's gonna be a good moment.
That shit. It's just as soon as it comes on, you're like, all right, like let's start dancing then. Like fuck it. And then you have San Francisco, which is like the outro.
Mm-hmm.
So why'd you name it San Francisco?
That's just how the file was sent to me. We just never changed it.
No deeper meaning. It's
Yeah.
just that's what the beat was called.
Yeah, literally the file was sent to me. We never came up with another name, so we stuck with it.
I like it. Mac Miller had San Francisco, so I was like,
I love that song.
yeah, facts. But I love that song for an outro because it really does feel like accumulation. Is that the word I'm looking for, Mike?
Culmination.
Culmination.
Yes, sir.
A culmination of just like the journey you took us on.
Yes, for
and
sure.
it's like the story of the Babe Gabe, who she is, what she's been through, and like where she's going.
Yes.
Yeah, and I don't think you could have had a guys could have picked a better outro, really. 'Cause
Thank you.
It's such
Thank
a
you.
fulfilling outro that by the time you hear it, you feel like, oh, that is a perfect. The album's done.
Thank you so much. I love ballads, and I told him like I really wanted to do a ballad, and I feel like we did that with Roselle Court and then San Francisco for
yeah,
sure.
the two outros.
Yes.
Or I think the live instrumentation.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's damn Honey Pop. Damn. So the album comes out on the 5th.
Yes.
It should be this Friday. Is that
Wednesday.
Wednesday. Oh, y'all drop it on
March 5th.
Yeah,
Yes.
right. Why do that on a Friday? Don't do that. Wednesday.
Fridays are too hectic.
Yeah,
Yes,
that's what I'm
Fridays
saying.
are cluttered.
You guys need your own day.
Yes.
And so Wednesday's a good one. And so we got Honey Pop about to come out. What is next once this project comes out? We got more videos, right?
More videos, live shows, Core Coffee. We do have a Honey Pop latte that'll be available on the 3rd.
Excuse me,
definitely
what?
pull up
What?
to Core Coffee. Yes, and then
It's good. It's
Yes.
really good.
So wait, when's that coffee come available?
March 3rd.
March
Core
3rd.
Coffee.
Core
yes.
Coffee.
Is there
Kansas
honey in
City.
it?
Yes, there is honey in it.
Knew it.
Definitely go support them. They've been very supportive. It's a small business owned by a family, so
Yeah.
yes,
Oh, wow.
stop
And
by
then
there.
You have a live show coming up soon,
yes,
right?
live show with Sammy. Me and Ty are actually doing it. It's going to be March 25th at Mini
With
Bar.
Sammy Sheets, right?
Yes,
Yes.
Sammy
Okay.
Sheets.
Is he putting on like his own show, like different lineup with different people?
Yeah, you need to get Sammy up here.
Yes,
Yeah.
you do. He's
I was seeing
very
he
talented.
was going crazy last night.
yeah.
That would be one of the best interviews that you ever did.
True.
You just let him come up here and tell stories and talk.
Yes.
And ask his opinions and ask him about what he feels about the Kansas City scene. Ask him about, I'm serious. That needs to be. Man, get Sammy Sheets up here for sure.
All right. We'll get Sammy up here and then see. Now you told me something before we started the pod.
Yes.
Can I bring it up? All right.
Yes.
So like, we got Honey Pop coming out, but y'all said something about a Honey Pop Reloaded.
Yes.
Yes.
What is Honey Pop Reloaded?
Honey Pop Reloaded is Honey Pop times 5,000, basically.
Yeah, it's 12 more songs, 30 more minutes of music.
30 more minutes.
Yes.
And
All new songs.
And this album's only 30 minutes too, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
The first one.
Yeah.
I do like how y'all keep it short and concise.
Yeah, because we want you to play it again.
Yeah.
Yes. Attention spans are kind of different these days
Yeah.
with music.
They are.
But yeah, so basically it's 24 songs total,
Mhm.
but it's an hour. People get caught up on the song number. It's an hour. It's an hour long. You get 24 songs in an hour. That's
Oh,
actually,
with the together?
yeah.
Yes.
Okay,
So
yeah.
it's actually very short. That's
Yeah.
actually, it's very easy to listen to.
So it's like, how many songs is Honey Pop?
12.
12.
12.
And this second disc is 12
This is
more.
like, look at y'all got this little 2020 vision
Yeah,
thing going
yeah,
on.
so-
Justin Timberlake and shit.
Yeah,
All right.
so, and Reloaded is very like, even more pop, even more electronic. But that's
So this is
because-
not a deluxe. This is like almost like a continuation.
This is the full album.
Ooh.
Yes.
So
like
so Honey Pop, yeah. So like Honey Pop is 24 songs.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
we're just doing it half and half.
Yes.
Okay. So this is the first half.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then the second half will be the completion of the album.
Yes.
Exactly. Yes.
Okay. And then are y'all also doing like a remix album?
Probably. It's in the
we
air.
just
y'all-
can't keep going.
Yeah.
You know?
We're just gonna see what songs we want to remix
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and do that. This is very exciting though. This is really dope. I'm really happy that we were able to do this today.
Same. Thank you. I've always wanted to come on here.
And we made it happen, on the big honey pop moment. Now, Ty, you also got some more music because you are a solo artist.
Yes.
You try to deny it, but I keep reminding you. I'm like, no, you make music too.
Yeah.
You just put out Mango Mirai.
Yes.
How are you feeling about the release of that project?
It was good. I got.
Wait, hold on. No, camera die?
Say, hey, yo.
Are we still live?
Yeah.
Oh, they just can't see us. Okay.
Aha, we're back. Hey, y'all. What's up? But yes, you just dropped your solo project, Mango Mirai.
Yeah.
How are you feeling about the release of that?
I'm honestly haven't been thinking about it.
I knew that was coming.
Yeah.
I knew that was coming.
I'm working on the album, so I'm
It's
finishing.
so good.
Yeah, I'm finishing it up. I finished writing it.
It's done? Or
Yeah.
you finished doing the writing part?
Finished writing it.
Now
It's
we
not-
got to lay
I'm
it
still
down
recording it, yeah, but it'll come out this year. It'll be called Until the War is Won.
until the war's
Yeah.
won.
Yeah.
Double bomb for that.
Yeah.
So the war's won.
Coming out with valor.
Yeah, 12 songs.
12 songs?
Yeah.
Okay.
Of course.
Dope.
Yeah,
So what was Mango Mirai?
the lead up.
The lead up? But that's not going to be a continuation of that, right?
It is. It's all. Yeah.
Okay, so it's all part of the
Yeah,
like a bigger
I'm
picture.
just building the world. I'm just building the world.
Y'all really
Mango
good at
had
that.
to- yeah, thank you.
The humans really good at making these worlds for y'all.
Thank
For
you, thank
sure.
you. And it's I love the Mango tape, but I think when I put the album out, people will understand what I was saying. Like I got something on the way, cause I've been knowing that I was gonna do this, like
Yeah.
this Until the War is Won. It's like an album. It's it's very concise. It's very, I don't know. It's an album.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
It is. I mean, I love Mango Mirai. Like
Thank
Mango
you.
Mirai is like really one of my favorite projects to come out of the town like in a good minute.
Thank you. Well, the next one will be.
It's gonna be better.
Crazier.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, I'm really excited with the human man. Like one thing I noticed about the human is that y'all do a really good job of just giving everybody very specific sounds for their project. Like, none of the projects that y'all produce sound the same. Like your project doesn't sound like Paris's.
Yeah.
Or it doesn't sound like Gabe's, and Gabe doesn't sound like yours.
Yeah.
And I'm sure Monograms won't sound like hers.
Yes.
Like it's
That's
just
that's next.
How do
That's-
y'all
yeah.
Not
how do
the-
y'all remain so versatile as producers and just like not reuse old sounds?
Make music for a long time. Like just listen to music. I listen to music. That's it.
They
Just
listen to
music.
everything. They
Don't
listen to
ju-
anything.
Yeah, like me and Medici, we just listen to mad music. Just find new music.
I know
like,
your Spotify rap is always crazy.
Yeah, like,
like 120,000 minutes of music.
you got to
listening.
you got to listen to music.
Yeah,
That's it. Just study, listen to music, and you got more frame of reference.
yeah.
Yeah,
Because like a
And
lot
also-
of cause somebody was telling us last night, one of the homies that was there, he was like, "You think about Cool by Gabe, you can tell where the influences are, but it doesn't matter because it's Gabe still."
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And I think with everything you do, it's like there's usually like a point of reference, production wise or song wise, that you're like, this comes back to this.
Yeah.
And you can hear it, but it's not like like it's external bliss. It's like, oh, it's like Kiss of Life.
Right,
Yeah.
But
right.
I just get that it's a reference, but it's not Kiss of Life.
Exactly.
It's still external
Exactly.
bliss.
You make it your own.
Yes, and I think you guys do a really good job at that, and I think that's why it's so exciting.
It's just a love of music, and also just knowing everybody. Like a lot of the stuff, like with Mono or Gabe, or I'm gonna have different things that it makes sense for their personalities.
Yeah.
There's just it's very easy with the way that we're doing it, because it's like Gabe and Mono, they're like very different people. So it's like you couldn't approach it the same way. They're like opposite people.
Yeah,
Almost, but we all have a lot in common at the same time.
Yeah.
yeah, and I think that's why it works.
Thank you.
Because you guys, man, like I said, you guys are probably the coolest collective we have in Kansas City right now.
Thank
you.
you.
Because you guys really just do creative shit that's inspiring and it makes people excited. And this is like, I think that's why people came out in the way they did last night, because you guys are doing something excited that people just want to be witness of and be a part of.
Yeah, we're trying to build something with this like 7 rings. I guess is what you'll call the collective.
Yeah,
Yes.
Yeah, 7 rings. It's
What is 7 Rings?
It's what the goal is for it to be a multimedia collective where we do music. We're already doing music. That's all 7 Rings music, but we do film. And in Kansas City, the 2 things that we really want to harp on is events and then community work. So the community work is the only thing that we haven't gotten as much of a bearing on. But just throwing just different events, different things for the city, for creativity, and also just to bring different kinds of people together. Because as a kid growing up, I was always between like different types of groups. So
Yeah.
I always wanted to do different things, like and bring all these things together and have
Yeah.
them
Bring
exist
everyone
and-
together?
Yeah.
Yeah. Exciting. Like, yeah, it's pretty tight. Every video y'all have done so far is really dope. They're all
Thank you.
very different conceptual wise.
Shout out Jerry.
Shout out
Yeah,
Jerry.
Jerry the
Ty.
GOAT.
Oh, hold on. We lost the camera.
Shout out Jerry though.
Yeah, shout out Jerry.
Shout out Jerry. Don't worry, Andre. We're almost there.
What's up, Nelson?
He's gonna drop a drop for you like mid blackout.
You hear though?
Hey, that's the producer though. You see, he got it fixed. You see how he got it fixed. That's why we pay him the big bucks. But all right, well, yes. So before we go, I would like to know, like, what song would you like us to play for yours? From we got three. Because we pull up a video right now.
Yeah.
So we got Futuristic Lovers, we got Swan Song, and we got PSA. What video would you like to end it with?
Let's end it with Futuristic Love.
Yes.
love that
I was
one.
really like low key. I was like, fingers crossed.
I was really hoping you chose that one. It feels like a solar punk romance for some reason to me. I really like that.
Oh, you got to go to the Seven Rings. Is Seven Rings production on YouTube, Ty?
Yeah, it's spelled out 7 rings.
Do each of the rings mean something?
Saturn. It's just
Yeah.
Planetary.
You should just type in TheBabeGabe features.
Yeah.
It should come up.
That's Ariana Grande.
That's Ariana Grande.
Speaking of Wicked.
It's not production. It's 7. Yeah, my bad. Yes. I feel like you should type in the
That's not it. That's not it.
TheBabeGabe, Futuristic Lover.
Remember where I said we paid them the big bucks? I was lying.
There he goes.
There we go. So hold on. Before we go to there, Andre,
So excited.
bring it back real quick. All right. So before we officially get out of here, 'cause we got to sign off. The Babe Gabe's here. Honey Pop this Wednesday, March
Yes.
5th. We got Ty Faizon, one half of The Human, co-produced the album with
Shout out
Medici.
to my brother Medici.
Shout out Medici.
7 Rings.
Shout out Jerry P.
Shout out Jerry P.
You know, shout
Shout
out
out
to
the whole 7 rings.
Yes.
shout out to the whole gang for real. Paris,
Monogram, Paris Williams, Alice Guapo, Trey Hyde.
Trey Hyde.
Trey Hyde's in the building, yo! I just learned he's only 18. 19.
Say come correct.
Skyler.
Skyler.
It's Daniel Ruiz, Jay Kelly,
Jake Kelly.
Brian Harrington.
Yes, Brian Harrington.
The whole 7 rings. I know I'm
Yes.
forgetting people.
It's a big
Fork.
thing. It's a big
Fork.
production.
Yeah.
Shout out Fork.
Oh, yeah. He has the Babe hoodie, right?
Yeah.
Man, that shit is fresh every time. I saw it last night. I was like, that's him. I couldn't remember. I was like, that's the one, though. Because he wore it to the production. I was like, yeah, I like that. I like that. But until next time, y'all, this is episode
out to
116
Joe
of the Yadda Yadda podcast. Honey Pop edition with the Babe Gabe. And, of course,
Yes.
Ty Faizon. We got Nelson in the building. Trey Hyde, Sebastian, Michael Scrollkeeper, who just said laughs and noises all episode. Didn't do shit.
And we loved it.
Didn't
and we
contribute
loved
shit
it.
to this episode, man.
I brought the vibes, nigga.
The
You did me the
vibes.
vibes.
The velour.
Hella peaceable.
All right, y'all. Before we get up out of here, we're gonna leave y'all with a Honey Pop single right here. It's "Futuristic Lovers" by the Babe Gabe and the Human on the Yadda Yadda podcast. Till next time, y'all. We out.
Yes.
Some things just can't be tucked away. Like this feeling that I have for you. Cupid got me love struck on you, baby. I won't lie, I've got it bad for you. I had my heart broken in the past, that drove me crazy. Just don't ever spit all over again. Not be a lady. I should've been holding your arms since yesterday. I've been needing your touch, don't keep me waiting. Don't keep me waiting, I can't handle it, handle it. Got a lot of love I wanna give to you. Show you who I am if I get the chance. More than a woman just for you. We have so many things we could be. I know in my heart, but we still have to see. We have so many places to go, things to explore. But will we ever know? We'll be futuristic lovers. You have everything covered. You stole your words. I wanna take you to my mother. I have never met another. I'll never let you go. Is it so bad to take a chance on love? Is it so bad to take a chance on us? I can't promise it'll all go smoothly, but that's just something that we'll have to see. On and on they go again. Would you stop listening to your friends? They don't know what love is. Trust yourself and your true feelings. I hope to be yours in the door forever, baby. With you picture perfect forevermore. This not so crazy. I should've been holding your arms since yesterday. You're the one I care for. There's no replacing. We have so many things we could be. I know in my heart, but we still have to see. We have so many places to go, things to explore.
don't you yada yada over the best part?